Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MyTarot Morning Reflection, Daily Inventory, and chance to check in with the universe. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Angelina. Good morning, everybody. Sitting here shuffling my cards, as I am wont. Good morning, Jenny. So, as I'm shuffling the cards, I guess we need to keep, it's good to surround ourselves or have things in front of us that just remind us and give us a reason to smile. And something as simple as the back of these cards, because this was like one of the first Rider-Waite-Smith decks I got, because there weren't a whole lot of choices out there. And this is from the 1970s is when this style came out. And I used to think it was so ugly. And I didn't want to use them because they didn't have like pretty back to it and didn't look mystical and whatever I thought it should. And, once I really started reading tarot, I guess it didn't matter. And it's just funny because I think about that every time. Like, I guess it didn't satisfy my ego or something. I don't know. But now it's one of my favorite decks. And I always keep at least one of these styles in stock. But it's just one of those things that kind of always makes me smile when I think about my youth, which hopefully I think I'm still in the middle of. So, what are we doing today? We're checking in with the universe. Listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean, which is a reminder for me, at least. It's like, take that breath. I use that as my light switch. I encourage people to use like a candle or a bell or something. That you do it long enough and your body automatically shifts gears. So I automatically feel myself taking that breath. Then I check in with where my feet are. Mine are flat on the floor and kind of rolling the ankles now because that feels good. Butt doing the kitty dance. Oh, there's the shoulders. Oh, that feels good. Checking in with the shoulders and that breath. And then rolling the neck. And feel myself going into, it really is a meditation because I do kind of shift gears. And it's one of those things when you read tarot, you have the active state and you have the passive state. As I explain when I'm teaching, and the active state is you lay down a card and you don't trust what you see and what you hear in the back of your head, so you have to look it up because you're not comfortable saying what it is. The passive mode is there's what the books say and there's what the cards say. So for me, when I'm going through my little ritual in the morning, I really do feel like I'm getting into that passive mode where, there's, I got like 50,000 hours of views, and it's like sometimes, it's like, hey, somebody's not going to agree with this. It's like, now I don't even worry about it. Good morning, Cloud. Welcome to the MyTarot Morning Reflection. This is where we do a tarot reading together, just to see that, because we can all relate to the archetypes in the tarot and see what this might trigger for us. See what this, what we might want to look at during the day as we go along. So welcome. And I am doing well, and I hope you are too. So let's switch to the table. Let's see what the universe has for us and Cloud today. So what am I going to do then? I'm going to make our 3 stacks. So what the heck am I doing here, Cloud? Well, I made 3 stacks. Each one's a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead us down one path. This conversation's a totally different path than this one. And today the question is, which one do we want to choose? And today, let's go with the bottom stack, or what I like to think of as things that are underneath that might be influencing us, and we may not even realize it. So I'm going to do our 3 in 1, and I'll flip each one over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. So today the first card. Well, what a coinky dink. I haven't seen this in a while, but I noticed it at the bottom of this stack, and so that's why I always spin the card, because this was I do reversals with this deck. So, and it's just a coincidence that it's popped up again. So, what is death? It's not Hollywood, so it doesn't mean somebody's going to, walk off a cliff. Death is about transition. Death is about acceptance. Death and change happen to, kings and paupers alike. So no matter what, and you can beg and you can pray, but you know what? Things happen, things change. And so death is that transition. It's about accepting change. And sometimes it may feel like something's dying, but we really do have to trust the process because he is walking towards the future. So let's see what death is looking at then when we see this card. It's justice. So, as I like to say, 72 cards in the tarot, 78, and only 22 are majors. Which means that when we get a majors are the destiny cards, the minors are the day-to-day. And now we have 2 majors. So, as we're looking at this, and we're seeing how the world is transitioning, it's not changing in a lot of ways the way that I want it to. I want what I want when I want it, and I want it to happen my way. And justice. When we see justice, her sword is upright. She's not blind. She's got her scales here. When we see justice, it's not about the legal system. It's about seeing things clearly. It's about judging things for the way they are, not what we wish they were. And it's about not clouding our vision through emotions. But this justice is reversed. So it's about, not seeing things clearly, about, things, maybe the way transitions are happening, or the way the death card reflects. Maybe we don't like the way things are going. And sometimes our vision does get clouded. It's that brick wall that's in front of us that's so huge and insurmountable that if you hold your hand up like this, there's no way around it. You can't see around it. And then you realize if this was a brick, if you just step back and you clear your vision, then you realize it's just a brick. And we can walk around it and, we survive it. But right now, this is about the things going on around us that disrupts us and takes away our ability to see some things clearly. To the strength card. So we have 3 majors here. So what is strength? Strength is not being able to pick up a car. Strength is not about how much weight I can pick up in the gym. This is that internal strength. This is that strength that we develop when things don't go our way, when we have to allow ourselves to make mistakes, when we get over emotional, or when we aren't seeing things clearly. And then we wake up. And all of a sudden we realize, where we thought maybe, I just can't take this for one more day. This is it. You know what? This is just, I need to go something. And when we finally just get sick and tired of being sick and tired, sometimes we have that revelation. Sometimes something snaps and says, you know what? Been here, done that. You know, I'm going to make it a change. I'm going to do something. So this is about those things that we have no choice about. We can't control people, places, and things. And every time I pick up my phone and the algorithms start feeding me crap, it absolutely distorts my vision. And when I talk to somebody about it, or I have my little revelation, it's like it pisses me off. And it just makes me that much stronger. It makes me want to go vote just that much more. It makes me want to take care of what needs to be taken care of. But I first have to feel what I have to feel. So let's see what the advice card is. And it is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is the minors. Pentacles are about home, health, finances, and all the things that keep us grounded. When we see the Ace of Coins, the Ace of Pentacles, aces are what? There are seeds, right? So sometimes the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the Ace of Pentacles, that first step. It's not a major. It's not one of the destiny cards. You know, it takes the universe to build up to the destiny cards, but it takes just that one step to lead to that. You know, which direction do we want to go? And so when we see an ace, our vision is cleared. It's like, you know what? I need to start my day over again. I'm going to have my extra cup of coffee. I'm going to step into the strength card. And I'm going to do what needs to be done. So today, just think about those things that blind us to our emotions and our feelings, those things that distort our vision. Television, the algorithms that feed us our Facebook page, the people around us who cut us off and ruin our day. When we feel ourselves being manipulated by the jerk in the car beside us, who's ruining our day, how dare they? It's their fault. I absolutely acknowledge if they hadn't gotten up out of bed and pulled out in front of me, my day would be different. But I'm going to let that person have their their morning, and I'm going to start my morning with that first step and just accept what I'm seeing and finding the positive and the strength. And so with that, thanks again, Cloud, for visiting. Please feel free to come back. Everybody, thanks again. Take care and have that amazing, amazing day. And I will be back here again tomorrow. Take care, everyone, and I will see you later.
Stars in the sky.